Alright guys, how's it going? Anybody got a 01 through 07 Dodge Caravan, Chrysler Town & Country, Chrysler Voyager, or Grand Caravan without the power driver seat? You guys can easily upgrade and add a second underseat storage box like the passenger side. All the mounting materials and stuff are there. All you'll need is get the second underseat storage drawer itself. This here is with the latch on, this is the top, and these are the sliders for where this goes in. All that you acquire at the junkyard. You'll get all your screws you needed, and well, I grabbed the bolts off the other van, but I don't think I'll need them because the bolts are the exact same. It's a fairly easy upgrade. All the holes and everything are there, just ready to be put on. With the power driver seat, you cannot actually do this modification, and if you have like Town & Country Limited or some of the touring models, or like a Grand Caravan ES or SXT with the power passenger seat, you'll see you won't have the that underseat storage there because the motor takes up most of the space. But without the motor, without the power seat, you have all the space you need to add the second underseat storage, which is a fairly easy modification to do. If I can show you how it's set up on the other side, you'll get an idea how I'm going to do it on the driver's side. It's just to add more storage, right? So I can put more crap. So if you look here, it might be a little bit dark. Let me grab my light. So if you look here, these are the two, what do you call it? I guess tracks. Sorry, for the drawer, and then you have 5 bolts underneath it, and then this part, which will require you to lift up the front of the driver's seat or the passenger seat by whatever. Just install the motor. Install the metal. I don't even know what you call it. So first off, what do? You can't use a ratchet or a socket. What you have to use is a 5/8. What do you call it again? I get video block, I guess. Ratchet. No, spanner. Sorry. You got a 5/8 spanner. And if you look underneath the seat here, you will see there is 5 bolts. 1, 2. There's 1 right over there. And if you go to the back of the seat, you will see there's 2. 1 right there. If you look on the other side, you should see it right there. So you take the 5/8 spanner and you remove it all. I am not going to actually put that on video because it's fairly easy to do. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to remove those bolts and lift out the driver's seat, and then you guys can see where I can go from there. Alright? Just give me. Alright, so once you get all 5 bolts out, which is fairly easy to do, doesn't take more than a minute to do, you will lift up the seat, I guess, like that, until you can get those bolts exposed. Now here where the hard part is, you see here there's a hole here for a screw and hole here for a screw. You have to try to get them in. So what happens is this, you're going to put in slant, and if you can see here, put in slant until you get the whole thing in, and then you line it up top here, and then you see where these holes are here. You have to get those 2 screws into there. Just a star point screwdriver, I guess. Sadly, I cannot do this with a camera in one hand and a screw and a screwdriver, and I believe you guys should know how to do this. Just put in a screw and just turn it in. Something that they show you guys is, but all you have to do here is you get, I guess if you guys can get this style screwdriver here, or if you want to just lift out the entire seat, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to get this here. It has a star point Phillips head end, and then there's a Phillips head screwdriver. That's what I said. It's crucial. Grab all the screws from the junkyard once you're there, so you know you don't have to run around looking for parts or screws or anything. So you'll just lift this up, and you line it up where the holes meet here, as you guys can see. And then you just catch in your 2 screws, and then you'll just drop back down your seat leveled, and then you'll start catching on your screws. So so I'm gonna do that, and I'll get back to you guys and see tell you guys what's next. Alright, so I got that in, 2 screws, fairly easy to do. Then you see these the tracks here. If you look over here, there's 1 hole, there's 2 holes here for this side. You don't have to screw anything to the top or anything. You're just going to hit the 2 screws and screw it in there and line up. And same deal for the other side as well. I already got my 4 screws. I took it from the junkyard van. I actually got it from the exact same year, same model, same everything van, so... So yeah, you got 4 screws here. You'll just catch it in. I'll screw it on as well and make sure it's nice and snug. You don't have to go overkill on it. I know some people will be saying, well, is this necessary to loose out the seat and put this on? Well, I'd kind of say yes, because the bottom will be hanging down, and which you do not want. And then either way, you still have to remove the bolts to catch this part in. Right? Well, you can take the 2 front bolts and get away with it, but you know what, if it was me, I'd honestly just remove the seat and do it properly one time, just so that you have to go back. Alright, so I'm going to catch the screws in and tighten this up, and I'll be back with you, or maybe you guys can watch me. Let's see. Yeah, I guess you guys can. There we go. Alright, now then, that side's in. Let's move on to the opposite side. Same procedure. Just that takes a bit of wiggling and jiggling to go in. Not at all hard. You don't have to disconnect any of the wires and stuff at the bottom. You know, it's has good length, so you don't have to like really move it. much that's all there is to it. Just those those 4 screws on these things here, and you have this. So now what I'm gonna do is take a test fit before we actually move on, right? Because I'm gonna go put back all the seats and everything, and then realize that, you know, it doesn't work. Right? Let's see. Well, seat's not tied it on yet, right? So kind of stiff. Right? See when it hits there, jams. Yeah, once I move this, once I get it screwed on, it'll be fine. And look, you see the holes at the back and everything are there. See one hole right there. See that hole right there, and the other one there. That's where the end tabs go in. See? So for the most part, it works so far. So let's get moving on, putting back the seat now. So you'll kind of wiggle and jiggle until it goes in. It'll take about a minute or so, but you'll eventually get in the hole. Alright, it just takes a minute or two, so give it. So I'm going to be doing that by the time, and I'll show you what happens from there. Alright, so I got all 5 bolts in, and doing this learned me 2 things. One, it would be greatly easier if you got those 2 bolts on before you put the track. But not to worry, if you put on the track already, before you put on the bolt will still fit through that small pass-turn and go up. Fairly easy. So either way you can put on the track, or you can put on the track afterwards. It's either preferred. And if you look right where the the light is shining, I don't know if you may be able to see, you see that slot right there? You see there's a screw you can see up there? Well, I just realized that I had 2 more screws left, so that was to secure to the, I guess the mount, I guess you call it. So that's to secure it on so this won't shake at all, and I did that for both sides, and now this thing doesn't shake at all. So now that's that done. Make sure all your bolts are nice and snug. You don't want your seat to come fly off when you start braking. So now that all that is snug, let's give this a test fit, shall we? Yeah. And there you go. You have your second under-seat storage. Now I'm guessing that there's some of you are saying, oh no, is the airbag light or anything going to come on? Well, let's see. There we go. And that's all there is to it. There you go. Now you have an addition of a second under-seat storage. So I'll repeat this once again. 5/8 socket is all you, a 5/8 socket and a Phillips head screwdriver, preferably one of these. And if you can get your hands on one of these small Z-styled screwdrivers as well, it'll make your life easier. So when you go into the junkyard, these are the only 3 tools you need. This is annoying. These are the only 3 tools you need to get out the entire second under-seat storage, mounting, and everything. So all you gotta do is remove 5 bolts. There's 1, 2, 3 in the front, and 2 in the back. You remove those 2, and then you're gonna lift the seat up, and it'll be in total of 4, 6, 8 Phillips head screws. There's gonna be 2 for here. There's gonna be 2 holding this thing on at the top here, and 1 underneath, 1 each side, and 2 here. That's all there is to it. You're gonna screw that in, screw back the 5 bolts nice and snug, and after all that's done, that's it. You got your second under-seat storage where you can store all your junk. Which I'm going to do, I have a whole bunch of papers in there which don't get used often. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer them here. And most of our electronic wires and stuff are going to stay in that one. I guess the more storage the better, right? Only the other day I added is the center console, which in turn is a really good use. And well worth the money I paid for it. So, guys, hope this video helps you guys on how to install your second under-seat storage for any 2001 to 2007 Dodge or Chrysler minivan without the power seats. I'll stress that enough, without the power seat, because with the power seat, you have the whole big motor underneath there on which you won't have room to put the underseat storage. That's why with the Town & Country Limited or the Signature Series Town & Country and all that stuff, that's why the passenger side does not have the second underseat storage, especially since you have the passenger power seat. Alright, so that's all there is to it. Fairly easy, straightforward, anybody can do this, and it's a great mod at the end of the day. Just to let you know, your key that came with your van will not work on this, the one you acquired from the junkyard, obviously, because it's a different key. Right, so if you're going to store any valuables in here, I would not even store it in the one that does not work. Needless to say, do not store any expensive valuables in your vehicle, because if your vehicle gets broken into, you're going to lose it, right? So I hope this helps you guys on how to install your driver's side underseat storage, and I hope more of you guys do this mod. It's a great mod at the end of the day, and I'm very happy the way it turned out. I don't have to worry about anything else now. Perfect. Alright guys, hope you guys have a great day.